Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of SAMOHILIGHTS. Here to bring you the news on all things SAMOHI, I'm Max Gumble.
And I'm Natasha Munasinga. Tonight's episode includes Cal-Lit teacher Miss Gasparino, a look at the Day of the Dead art exhibit, color guard, and more. Every spring, the English class, California Literature, takes a trip across California to visit some of the locations featured in the books they've read throughout the year. Fundraising for the trip has already started for the 2014 trip.
Here to talk to us about that trip and the fundraising process is Cal-Lit teacher Jenna Gasparino and Lily Speakman. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Hi.
Thanks, guys.
No problem.
So, first of all, tell us a bit about the Cal-Lit class. What kind of books do you read? What's the curriculum like?
So the Cal-Lit class is a senior English class, a senior elective, and the students read all books that are either about California or set in California, all by California authors. And a lot of Steinbeck, naturally, yeah. So we read 3 Steinbeck texts, and then we also read Under the Feet of Jesus by Helena Viramontes. We read Tortilla Curtain by T.C. Boyle. We also do an outside reading that's specific about Los Angeles and specific Los Angeles authors. And then we finish the year with a Beat Generation, Jack Kerouac, and looking at all the beat writers in the San Francisco Renaissance.
Great.
It's pretty cool. Do you have a personal favorite on that list?
Book or author?
You can tell us both.
I guess
I mean, Steinbeck, of course, but it kind of depends on what I'm teaching. Right now I'm teaching Under the Feet of Jesus, and I definitely love Helena Viramontes and that feminist perspective.
Yeah.
So, you are assisting with the fundraising process,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Right.
I took Jenna's class. I graduated in 2009, and I was her second year teaching the class. I was in the class, and I fell in love, and we became close. You know, she has my brother, my sister. So she called me in this year, since I just graduated college, to help her assist, the trip process and hotels and all that sort of stuff, because she has a lot on her plate right now. Yeah.
It's a lot.
It seems like a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So where do you guys go?
On this trip.
So our final destination is Monterey, but we take a lot of stops along the way. So even though the students do get to visit a lot of the places that they read about, we make a lot of stops to places that are connected to the themes from the class. So for example, the first stop is in Oxnard at a local strawberry farm. And in the book Under the Feet of Jesus, we're talking a lot about where our food comes from and the migrant working experience. And so students get to actually go out into the field and talk to those farmers and talk about, what kind of farming methods they use. So we make several stops along the way. So even though Monterey is our final stop, we have all of these different spots where we take a break, I guess.
Yeah. Living in LA in the Santa Monica region, you can come really tied into this world. Do you think that your students usually learn something new about California that they never knew before?
Definitely.
Yeah, and maybe Lily
Absolutely.
can speak to that.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Santa Monica, so it's a bunch of city life and a lot of people. So when you get out of town and really experience Monterey and Salinas, it's such a different experience. It's such a quiet little town, and it's so crazy to read these books and think like that can't be real. And then go to Monterey, which is such a small little beach town. It's so cute, and people are so nice there, and they want to talk to you, and it's so different than a typical downtown LA or something. So we definitely take a lot out of the class.
And a lot of the students on the trip who go on the trip, they've never been outside of Los Angeles before.
Yeah.
So for them, this is their first experience to really see what it's like outside of LA.
So how does the fundraising process work?
I was going to say,
right?
that's when the fundraising comes
Yeah. Sounds like a pretty ambitious trip.
Yeah.
in. The overall cost of the trip is around $60,000 to $65,000. So a lot of students can afford the cost for their individual trip, but the way that the class is set up, I wanted the class to be reflective of the SAMOHI environment and the Los Angeles environment and the state of California, so that kids could actually see their environment reflected in the literature that they're reading and vice versa. So when my former colleague and I designed the trip, we decided we would never exclude kids from the trip because of financial needs. So therefore, we have a big fundraiser every spring. We also have a lot of people from the community who end up making donations. So it usually ends up, we make about $8,000 to $10,000 every year to support the kids who can't otherwise afford the trip.
And so how might people donate, send in money?
So they can send a check to SAMOHI. They can definitely send a check to SAMOHI, and if they put Cal Lit in the memo of the check, then it will definitely come straight to us. Or they can participate in the fundraising event that Lily's going to help organize in the spring.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to get, parent involvement, student involvement is a big thing to show the students want to be there and want to go. So right now we're trying to get in the groove of figuring out what our big fundraiser is going to be. So we're excited to get that rolling and trying to see what great idea we have this year for our fundraiser.
What has it been in the past?
We've had anything from silent auctions to parties, people's houses with different events. It's kind of nothing continuously solid. Every year it's sort of different.
It also depends on the need every year. So this year we figured out we have between $8,000 to $10,000, so we need something pretty big.
Yeah. Any great ideas, let us know, please.
Well, if you guys are thinking about donating, it's a great cause. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
We'll be right back.